Yo, welcome to another episode of the MIGO Experiment. Yo soy Henry Float.
Yo soy El Gallo.
Today we
and
have
this is Daddy Yankee.
We have the honor. You see that man right there? That man right there, one of the pioneers, one of the originals, man. The ones that actually started the whole path that we as Latinos, man, get to participate in hip hop and everything like that, man. With us, we have
Daddy Yankee. No, I'm just kidding. Don Dinero. What's good, my brother? Nah, it's all love. You already know I'm here, man. It's a pleasure. Definitely an honor to be here and appreciate me being able to use your platform to give my message. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Don Dinero.
Thank you for being.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Let's go right into it, man. So, talk to us, man. Plug in Cuba, man, with Benny Bermuda, man. What is up with this record, man? This record is, tell me about it. How did it come about? How did you meet Benny Bermuda? About that.
Well, you know, I met Benny a couple of years ago at CIAA in North Carolina because we were on tour with Adventures. I was the president of Latin Division there. So, you know, we used to do seminars and then contests for people to come up and perform their records. So I'm just chilling, bro, and I hear this beat drop, and I see this kid, and he starts, I got to plug in Cuba. I was like, whoa. I just went on stage. I think we have that footage somewhere. I just went on stage and participated. As a hip-hop head, as someone who loves, I'm also a fan of the music. I just had a great time that day. And as we started talking, I was like, what are you going to do with that record? He's like, I'm about to shoot a little video. Boom. I seen he kind of did his thing a year after, but he didn't have a push. I was like, man, let me do the remix. I'm going to shoot the video in Miami, come down, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. And he trusted me, bro, and I took this record, and I needed a reason. So this record kind of forced me to create the Cuban Connection album, which drops January 6th. So the Plug in Cuba is actually the single to the Cuban Connection album, which drops January 6th. And the second single off this album is a tribute to St. Lazarus, which drops December 17th, Babalu Aye.
Hey, I seen a couple of previews of those on your social media.
Yeah, I kind of hit them a little bit with it. And I'll kind of get, next week, I'll be in Miami come Monday. And then, because I got to go out, I got photo shoots, and I have to, the night before is like Christmas Eve for the St. Lazarus people. It's called La Víspera de San Lázaro. So the 16th, we all gather till 12 midnight when the 17th hits. And that's when the song's dropping anyway. So
nice.
It's a great tribute.
Nice. Hey, man, you mentioned CIAA, man. That's deep, man. Like, that's a lot of crazy things.
I mean, I've been to South by Southwest, CIAA. Like, I've traveled. We did 150 cities just out there educating and empowering the independent artists. You know, and for one of my mentors in this is Chris Gotti, and I'm always going to be thankful to him for so many things I learned with him and understanding the business to be able to even be at this point and doing the things that I'm doing.
Nah, that's good, man. I went out there, I remember going out there to North Carolina. I mean, it's a whole different world. Being from the DMV, you're going, that's like down south. It's a whole different world, but they got a lot of love, you know, like that Southern hospitality is real, you know?
Yeah, you come up to New York, everybody's like, who the fuck are these niggas? Over there, it's love.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's different. You know, New York's full of haters, bro. It is what it is. But I don't know why we hate so goddamn much, but we do.
Man, so like, since you speaking about, you know, the time,
it's a fast-paced life
and everything you've been doing, man. So it's like we were talking about this earlier. We were touching base on how you put in the footwork, the handwork on getting your project out. And what's the difference between how it was when you coming up to what it is now?
I mean, 2 words: social media. I didn't have that. I can buy a DJ email list of 100 DJs for a couple of dollars, and in one press of a button, 100 DJs have my record. You know what I had to do to get 100 DJs to have my record back then? Wow. So it was a different grind. Back then, you needed a label to make it. Today, you don't need a label to make it. You just need distribution, and it's free. Go to DistroKid, United Masters, any of these platforms, and it's free. So I think technology and social media have definitely changed the game, but that's the good part. The bad part is now everyone can be an artist. That's why there's so much trash music.
So you think that pretty much when the record label Time was pretty much dominant, they kind of filtered out what doesn't have to be heard to what has to be heard.
I mean, you know, that was that's what they did, right? They controlled the intellectual property. You ever heard of the world shelving you? They shelved the guy, they shelved an artist. You've heard of that terminology, right? So
Yep.
why would they shelve an artist? Think about that. Like, why would they sign someone, have someone's dreams in their hands, and then say, "Oof, fuck you, you're never coming out"? That's fucking evil, brother. That's deep. Because in this business, we're dealing with people's dreams. You know, that little kid when he's 8 or 9, oh, I want to be like Run DMC, or I want to be like, and then you take that kid's dream, and most people that do that are not artists. They're execs, or they're people, and you fucking shove them, or you change his words, or because you feel like you want to just sell music. So yeah, I mean, the labels are dying. They've made money now, but you know, they've had to restructure a ton of deals and do more licensing deals. But you know, it is what it is. It's the business we're in. It's one of the most fucked up businesses in the game because it's predicated on raping and pillaging the artist.
Absolutely. So let's switch gears a little bit, because I know, so for some of you guys that, you know, the younger generation that's watching this and may not know, tell us about, because I know growing up, I used to watch Mundos a lot. And he was always on Mundos, like on the roof. And tell us about that. How was that in that part of that era, being, you know, on the streets hot, but also being on TV? What was that like?
Well, you know, that was just all grind. I'll tell you how that opportunity came about. So due to the fact that my grind was so crazy, I got contacted by Telemundo telling me they were shooting a pilot to a new show, to a new network they were creating called Mundos, and the show was called The Roof.
Okay.
But they needed an artist, and they would ask me if I would do them that favor. So I went to meet the producers of the show, and I said, this is the favor. If you get the show, then I live in that fucking show. And you shoot my first video, Pana Pana, and you blow it up. I don't want no money from you guys. You have no money. So that was the barter that I did. That's why you see me. It looks like people thought I owned the fucking show. I was always on that bitch. My music was always on there, but that was the trade-off. Until they were cool with me. It was a good deal. Until the reggaeton people started coming in, and they was like, oh, we don't need him anymore. So I kind of, no, it was the understanding the business of they only need you so they can use you, and then they can't. But I didn't care. I made my mark. They all knew I helped them get that show. I remember when they got the 700K, it was like, yo, thank you. We got you. We're going to shoot your video. So I did a gesture that changed people's lives. In that show, you had Julissa, Felix Sama. Julissa went on to be BT, everything else.
Yeah.
So I've touched many the producers that were there because of the way they do business. I don't think they're no longer in the business, because you can come in with your shiesty shit. You're not gonna last 20 years with that shiesty shit, because people get to know. You can burn people once, then they spread. Don't do business with him. He'll burn you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So that's why Puffy doesn't really sign artists anymore, for example.
Yeah.
You know, the last one was Machine Gun Kelly, right? And you know, he eventually had to go rock and roll to really blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, the game is what it is. I've been more than 20 years here because I understand it. It's a market. It's the easiest time. This is the greatest time to be an artist. Majority of my marketing I can do for free, which is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I just got to post content. I always have content. My music is the shit. So I have my own sound. I create my own sound. I have my own distribution. I have my own producers in my team. So to be able to create music is great. I have a book that I finished. It took me about 9 years to finish writing. I'm going to try to drop next year. I have both English and Spanish hard copies done. I have the audio books, English and Spanish. Now I'm finishing the animation. It's called La Formula 16 Lessons.
Okay.
What else? I'm working on the documentary kind of to my life and my career with my partner, Super O. I've opened a new management company with Gordo Ya Entertainment. I still have my production company over at Rock Nation. So I continue to build and evolve as an exec who happens to rap. And I rap because I fucking love it.
How did that deal that Rock Nation come about? that's pretty big, you know, working with, you know, with Jay-Z and his company.
Relationships, you know.
Yeah.
I have relationships, you know. I have really dope relationships, and I'm an asset to anywhere I go because the first thing I did was I brought in Prida, who ended up winning a Grammy and has songs under Bad Bunny. He's the one that did the single to Anuel and Karol G. That was a huge hit.
Okay.
I also brought in the building not too long ago the kid Whoopty. The new song Whoopty, CJ, I brought him into EQ, then he signed the song. But so I've always got my hands in something.
Nice,
and I don't need to be on camera dropping for, but those who know kind of the power that I have to communicate and with the relationships that I have are pretty tight.
Yeah, from our understanding, man, like you pretty much move when you want to move. Like we mentioned it earlier too, like you don't have to do shows. You get paid, you get residual.
Well, you know, you have to understand a lot of these artists owe albums. So they drop one now and then the A&R says, hey, we're going to cut you the check. We need you to go finish the next album. And then they got them on tour. It's a 360 deal. So they don't really control their careers. You call me for a show, maybe I want it, maybe I don't. I don't give a fuck what you offer me. I don't feel like going to, you understand? Like I don't take shows during September, October, November because my kids play high school and college football and I want to be the weekend. So if you book me on a Friday night, I don't give a fuck if you pay me $100,000. Better book it on a Sunday night. I'm not coming. Or book it in December.
Yeah. Because
I'm in control of my career. People say, oh, you're crazy. No. You can't put a dollar amount when your kid's playing a game and he looks up in the stands and you're there. How much does that cost? There's no amount. So I've learned through my time and wisdom that you can't dance on every record, first of all. And time is more valuable than money. So I can buy my son the latest cleats. I can buy him $1,000 pair of cleats, but if I'm not there watching him play, what's the value of it, right? So I've learned to prioritize, and because I am independent and I have that freedom, I can do that.
Nice.
I don't even feel like we're actually interviewing like an artist, man, entrepreneur. I feel like we're like interviewing a motivational speaker, brother. Like, you know, I'm gonna say it like that because like you're dropping gems, you're dropping knowledge, you're dropping, you know, you're not just name dropping just to name drop, you're dropping facts. And it's just like we don't have that very often, especially nowadays, because you said it yourself. Record labels control you. You know, if you're an actor, you know, that contract controls you with, you know, Universal Pictures or whomever it is, you know, Columbia Pictures, whatever. And in your case, your mobility is more flexible because you control your destiny, is what you're saying.
Well, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I paid the price, you know, in 2007 when they started taking all my records or unprogramming them because I didn't do reggaeton. You know, I had an option. I could have sold out and done reggaeton just to please the program director and get on the radio. Now, you've been in radio. You know how many arguments I've had with program directors? And this is how I finished my argument. If you knew so much about fucking music, you'd be the president of Universal. You're a fucking programmer. Program the music, see what the people want, and then fucking play it. Stop fucking holding an entire city hostage with your fucking ego because you think you know how to pick records. You fucking don't know. If you did, you'd be at Universal picking. Out of the office, they don't love me anymore. But guess what? I don't burn bridges. I blow them the fuck up. Because the minute I know you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. That's never going to change. And most program directors are pieces of shit. Yeah, I said it.
You know, it's funny. I'm laughing. Flo knows that I'm laughing because, you know, we've worked with a lot of the program directors. And, man, I tell you, it's like, you know, it's my way or the highway. Like,
yeah.
And, you know, look, we know the politics behind, you know, the pay-per-play, the payola. We get it, you know? But
don't mention my name. They shit on themselves. And when they try to ask me for 10 grand, I say, I'll pay my man $1,000 and smash you right now, motherfucker. Fuck you. I ain't paying to play. I do not pay to play. Fuck you.
So, you know, we know what happens behind the scenes, but then it's gotten to the level where, like, it's, you know, the tentacles of the record industries are so entrenched in the radios.
I'm going to say something people are scared to say.
Yeah.
The radio stations are extorting the record labels.
Huh?
Oh, we know that.
Because
we know that.
Because the program director or the DJ says, I made your artist famous. She made millions of dollars. What do I get? You get to keep your job, you stupid asshole. That's what you get. You get to do your job. I don't get it. If you want to make money, come on this side. See how hard it is.
Yeah.
So that's my argument, and that's why I love internet radio. Everything from every radio station has become an internet radio station. They all have an app. They're all going to be obsolete. I would tell you guys, create your own app, create your own radio station. You'll be more successful. Them motherfuckers are done too. The label's about to be done too. It's all about artist control. Give us 10 years, and we're going to run the entire industry. Watch.
I agree.
I
worked for radio, like a decade, man, and I learned that shit a long time ago. Like, I learned that I had a niche. We spoke about it earlier. That niche was bilingual. I was Spanish. I was a new era of Latino coming out that wasn't so typical. But you saying that though is hilarious because it's as a DJ in the club on the radio and everything, I would hear new records. And
I can only say that now because I don't need them.
Yeah,
right? I don't need them. I got internet radio. I get a nice Spotify playlist. You can stick this finger in the radio station's ass because when you play me in Washington, D.C., only Washington, D.C. hears me. When the internet radio station hears me, the whole fucking world hears me. That's the difference. And guess what? Analytics. Tell me who's listening to me at what time. You can't. You can only give me an approximation. Well, guess what? Internet radio can tell you, hey, 2,000 people heard you in Dallas right now. And out of those 2,000, 500 are female. 50, you understand? The analytics is sick. No way, Jose. Conmigo no puede, mi hermano. I'm about to set up my own BDS radio station in Miami anyway.
What?
Oh, yeah, you heard that here. You heard that here. But nah, that's dope, man. Like Flo said earlier, like this interview is dope. And for anybody that's listening, like take notes. Definitely take notes because this is gems right here. You're not gonna get this nowhere else, Definitely.
You have the power. You have the power to change your own life, to change your own destiny. It's on you. The minute you take your dream and you put it in someone else's hands and they don't love it and take care of it, it's like giving your kids. Right now, what do they do to kids when you give them to people that don't care? They molest them, right? Guys are out here letting their music be molested. All that shit. A bunch of hands touching it, telling you, don't do this, change it. Nah, bro, stay true. You know why it's easy being me? Because I'm just being me, bro. I'm Don Dinero, but I ain't telling you I was the richest. No, I'm the alchemist, motherfucker. I take the piece of copper and turn it into gold. And look what I did. I changed the whole game. How many millionaires in the game? Ton of them. And that first album, I had a young kid, one English record, a young kid up and down with me. His name was Pitbull. Look at him now.
Mr. Worldwide.
Pitbull was in my first record. That's my guy. That's my guy. We just don't do the same kind of music. But God bless him. He's, he made all his dreams come true. You feel me? So, I've seen people come with nothing and become superstars. Akon, the list goes on. The artists that I know. The last kid is Whoop to the CJ kid. He about to be another. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't change. At the end of the day, out of 100 people, the guys that mentioned Pitbull is like the guy who hit the lotto. There are 22 million independent artists in the United States. Less than 1% will ever get a major record deal. So what do the other 21,900,000 do with their dreams, bro? Now today, they could get distribution, Spotify. The artist only wants two things. He wants to be seen and he wants to be heard. And for those two things, he'll sign his life away, not knowing he has the power in his hands.
Right.
You have a choice. I pick happiness over sad, and I pick grind over complain. The choice is yours, Papa. You can be sad and say, oh, how this white guy make it? Oh, how this, or you can complain and cry all fucking day, or you can strap them boots up and get to work. The choice is yours. You will receive what you put out. Bottom line, I don't care what you do in your life. You don't have to be an artist. You can do whatever. I tell my kids that all the time. I got 4 of them. One's a professional basketball player. The oldest one, he's 33. The youngest one plays high school football. And I tell them, in my house, you're guaranteed 3 hots in a cot for the rest of your life. How you attack the world is on you. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If you're not killing the game of life, Thanksgiving is going to be a motherfucker for you because niggas are going to be traveling, buying Bentleys and houses. And if you settle for a regular life, we're going to love you. but you're gonna have a miserable Thanksgiving because you ain't gonna have no kills on you. You know, we have a saying: you eat what you kill, Papa.
Yeah.
You feel me? All that handouts, nah. Let's go get it. You eat what you kill. Go create. You know, one idea. I'm gonna leave you with this. One idea can change your entire life. And guess what? Ideas are fucking free.
True.
Go create a great idea, brother. Go create a great idea and go act on that idea and change your fucking life and stop crying because nobody gives a fuck about your problems. We all got our own problems.
Exactly, man. Facts. And yo, my man dropping gems, ladies and gentlemen. Don Dinero aquí, amigo experiment, my man. So, Dinero as well, too, man. Let us know exactly, man. Okay. Plug in Cuba, playing on all platforms, YouTube, iTunes. How can people follow you, my brother?
Well, Instagram, go to Dinero717. My Facebook page, go to Don Dinero717. And Twitter's Don Dinero. TikTok, I think it's Dinero717. Google me, bitch.
Anything else you want to plug in other than music platform?
Man, I just want to tell you guys I'm appreciative of using your platform. You both have dreams and things you want to accomplish in your life. I would give you the same formula. Pick happy over sad and pick grind over fucking complaining. If you have a dream, don't give up. Because the only way you will not make it is if you give up. There's absolutely no way you can make it if you give up. Life is about ups and downs. If you don't have ups and downs, guess what? You're fucking dead.
Man, people don't understand. Sometimes you got to lose to win, bro. You got to learn how to appreciate both.
Never lost. It's always a lesson.
Hey. Amen.
Well, again, man, thank you. You have a home here with us. You know, anytime you ready to drop something.
Yo, Flo, you hit me up. I want to come see you guys. It'll probably be early next year when the album drops or something. Go out there and maybe I'll do a little promo out there. We'll figure something out and get in the studio, knock some shit out, okay?
Cool, man.
Absolutely.
Cool, man. We probably have some food out here. We got a little, you know, Cuba and Ayer. Let me go ahead and plug them in right quick. We're going to go in there, man, and have some good food, man.
Let's make it happen. It's all love and respect on this end. It's about love, loyalty, and respect always. The hardest thing you're gonna have to do every day is the right thing. It's the hardest thing to do.
Facts.
Yo, people don't believe that, man. People really don't believe that. The easiest thing to take the easiest path, bro. The hardest path is the one to do the right thing all day. Yeah. Amen,
Getting
man.
up life's about choices. Life is about choices and decisions, and you're gonna have to decide every day whether to do wrong or to do right. If you pick right, you might not eat good all the time, but you're gonna sleep good. I'll tell you that.
Amen.
Ain't nothing like sleeping good.
I'm blessed, Papa. So I'm good.
Yo, you checking it out as well, man. Comment, subscribe, and comment below. And you know, ask Don Dinero anything. Producers upcoming, artists upcoming. Go ahead and comment below. Get it, my man, right here. Don Dinero here on the MIGO Experiment. Follow MIGO Productions. And follow me as well. Henry Flo, FLO_DCF.
Make sure to follow me, El Gallo DMV, MIGO Productions. Check us out.
Hey, man.
All right, guys.
Check it out, man. Check it out next
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll check.